Okay, welcome back everyone to another Grand Cross video, and today we're going to be doing a top 5 list, which we haven't done in quite a while. And the reason why I'm doing it today is because we now, well, I mean, we had it for a while now, but I didn't know about it. But we now have confirmation of transforming characters coming to the game, and the first one being Eren, who's a transformer into a Titan. And, you know, but kind of a bad thing, it was to him first, because I think they definitely undervalued what Transformer could do. They kind of made it so he does no damage, which, to be fair, makes sense, right? The transforming, how they can do damage. But going forward, I hope they do somewhat change things or make the characters better to where when they transform, they either heal, they get like damage immunity, they evade, or do something, right? Because when Eren transforms, one, he can be removed. Escanor can just remove his ults. So that's just yikes. And then King or many other characters can just purify the damage reduction they do for one turn. And yeah, literally Eren, he's kind of bad, and I hate to say it because I did get him 6-6, but yeah, they got to change some things up. And because it doesn't make sense, right? Why would you use someone who transforms, right, when you could use someone like King or like go for, no, let's just say King, right, because King does a lot of damage. King or Diona, who can pretty much nuke with the ult. If they get the ult, they pretty much won the game, right, because they just almost kill everyone. But now with Eren transforming, when he does change, it doesn't really do much apart from look cool, and it's a cool feature, don't get me wrong. I did make a video a while ago about top 5 characters I wanted, and I did mention the fact of transformer characters, so this is technically part 2 to that video where we're going to go in more detail about it and make a top 5 list. And I think now that we actually have them in the game, we can have more of an understanding of what they're going to work like. And yeah, it pretty much almost confirms most stuff that I think is going to come anyway. And I think that one of the best part is that they change forms. If you notice, Eren does go to human to giant when he does transform. So technically works in 2 teams. And you'll see that with like Meteor, for example, you can be like a human who gets basic stats from like Arthur and stuff like that. Then you can buff him up to a demon. And, you know, a lot of things are going to change. So I think when it comes to transforming characters, there's a lot more diversity. And I wonder, there's 2 ways they could do it. So obviously right now there's only one way they could transform, and that's obviously by the ultimate. But definitely they could do some other ways of doing it. For example, if they die, before they die, they just transform, and like the last one turn they go crazy. They could do it to where they go below 50 HP, they enrage, they just like buff up and like change forms. They could do it if they take hit at the start of round. They could do it if a passive, for example. I know no spoilers for this one, but I know in the manga, I believe, or maybe in season 4 of the anime or season 5, one of the newer ones, right? I'm not really sure what it is. Someone does absorb commandments, and you know, let's say you're using that person and then 2 of the commandments next to you do die, you transform. Or if you last life, you transform. If someone dies, you transform. Not sure how that will work, because yeah, they'll kill you first, right? But let's get into top 5 list. This is the top 5 list, which I guess has manga spoilers. If you haven't seen it, yeah, I would say so. The first one is I guess a manga spoiler, and then the honorable mentions is kind of manga spoilers. So yeah, if you don't want to go and like read it about, if you want to hear about it, just definitely, I guess, skip or just get off the video. I'm not really sure what I thought to say it. Anyway, number 5. So one of the only commandments on the list, because I think he looks the coolest, and that's Monspee. A bunch of the actual commandments do transform. I think one of the ones we talked about earlier was Esterosa, if you didn't know. He looks kind of the same, but looks cool. I think because Wonder in manga form, it looks a bit different to how they would look in, I guess, in-game. But this guy looks nasty. It kind of looks like Sentiment, or like his arms waving around. I think this could be, he looks, well, firstly, why I'm putting him here is he looks a lot better than what his normal form looks like. Not really a fan of Monspee. He's more of a simp to, I guess, Derriere, but I think now he looks kind of sick. Even Derriere does transform, but I definitely prefer Monspee to one of all the commandments. There is another spoiler for later on with the Demon King, but we're not going to really class that one for this one, I guess. Next one, now that we do know it does work, we have Diona. So Diona being one of my favorite characters, her going from small to big definitely is possible now. And the reason why is because we have Eren, who is a small character who transformed to big. And I was kind of curious on how they would do it. I guess they wouldn't give her a hammer when she does transform to a giant. They'll probably just make it so she uses her fist. We have a Diona right now. I think it's the SR one, who does use her fist to fight. And yeah, it pretty much work the same thing. I kind of like this one because yeah, it's big Diona. But the thing is, the costumes change, right? Eren's kind of a good example because she doesn't really have a costume. They literally just censored it. They made him like half black or shadowed out. So Diane, she does have some pretty good cosmetics, but I'd assume if they do this, they might make their own cosmetic. But anyway, it'll be small Diane, so you start off small with her. Actually, you know what? Small Diane fights with her fist. So, yeah, you just get the fist on the actual character. So, yeah, it makes sense, actually, now. So, yeah, literally all they do is enlarge the character. And I like this one because, yeah, it makes sense out of most of them. Since she was one of the, well, I think the first person to transform in the anime, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, she went small first. Unless you want to count Demon. No, I'm pretty sure she went small first. So, yeah, she's kind of the first. I don't know, King. It was King. But, yeah, Diane being pretty sick. We know with Eren, it does work. She will turn to a giant. So, right now, I guess this is like the safest bet to being one of the guarantees, the one coming. Next one is on the list. The reason why I'm putting him here is because he's not in the game yet. We have Demon Henderson. So obviously starting off with Henderson to Demon Henderson. And the reason why, once again, makes a lot of sense. He takes the Grey Demon blood and transforms. And the reason why, yeah, we don't actually have Demon Henderson in the game. And I think this would be a good way to introduce it because, I mean, unless they make Henderson broken, I don't think that many people care about him. But I think if he's a Transformer character, there's like just some interest into it. Because, yeah, Henderson himself, never been really a fan favorite, I guess. Even now, yeah, I guess it depends if they make him strong. If he's strong, then yeah, people would pull. But definitely one of the, I guess, well, yeah, was the first demon, right? The first boss of this series. And yeah, he's pretty much only in the list because we don't actually have Demon Henderson in the game. And I think if they just add Demon Henderson as a character, kind of a bit lackluster, not gonna lie. So yeah, he would just go in the third slot. That's why he's here. Okay, so next on the list, we do actually have Meliodas, who obviously is going to transform into Demon Meliodas. A very iconic one of the, I guess, the game even. Demon Meliodas always being very, very strong, apart from the red one. The blue one being good. But yeah, it'd be pretty good to say, let's say we get what's it? Meliodas, a counter version, sort of like Lost Fame, for example. And then for him to transform and go in absolutely berserk with the demon form, pretty sick. Once again, outfit will change completely, so I'd assume he just like gets like his clothes ripped off, and he just like it's like saw how he is in his demon form when he first transforms, just as shirtless, I guess, completely like marked out. Like I think in the anime he's got like some dark powers on his shoulders, like a shoulder pad. I think that would be a pretty cool idea to add, and for what he could do, I'm not really sure. Once again, I guess that's not really part of the video where we talk about what they can do, but it'd be pretty good if he gets like sort of turned into blue Meliodas, if for example. And like imagine he's like single target counter version, and he turns into blue Meliodas where he just goes AoE and he gets like mad pierce rate. Obviously, I don't want to copy the exact moves off the other characters. I kind of want to make their own thing. But yeah, it definitely could work. They could pretty much do whatever they want as long as they make it so. We'll talk about it towards the end, I guess. Okay, and as for an honorable mentions, I guess before we do number one, mostly every single character in the show. I think even Arthur, you could technically class as a Transformer character. Mostly, yeah, I say almost every single person, apart from like the lesser known characters, could very well get, you know, a Transforming character. I guess even Jericho or Gila could get a Transforming character. Pretty much whenever they just change to a certain, they could style, for example. It don't actually have to be like a certain like transformation. It could be a different style. A lot of things they could do here. I think the main one definitely will be changing models. So the big ones, and I think number one's definitely gonna be that. So ironically, number one is the one, Escanor transforming into the one. Now, firstly, I think we definitely should get the one as a character by himself first. It'd be pretty cool. I did mention in the video a while ago that I would love to have skinny Escanor in the game. Pretty much my most wanted character to be in the game. But it'd be sick to have transforming Escanor, well, skinny Escanor, turn into, obviously, big Escanor. That'd be pretty cool. But I think what would even be better would be obviously our normal Escanor transforming into the one. And if they really want to go the extra mile, they could do the one transforming into ultimate the one. I'm just going to go and assume that when we do actually get the one, his ultimate would be him transforming, but like kind of like de-transforms like how Galan does it. Galan, obviously, once again, we did mention almost every single character in the game does transform. And it's kind of a shame that we got Galan transforming in the actual start of the game, but he doesn't actually transform. Definitely some missed potential there, and he is obviously on the list as well, I guess, in the honorable mentions. Because literally, almost every single commandment and sin does transform. I guess, I'm not really sure what he could do for Barn and Gopher. I guess that's the only two I'm not really sure about. I haven't read the manga, so I'm not really sure what he can do, but I'm almost positive, like, there's only Purgatory Barn, if that's even a transforming character. But yeah, majority, the one is going to be the one, and probably the most wanted character, I guess, from most people would be Escanor the one, his ultimate form. And yeah, it would be sick. But yeah, to wrap up the video, quickly gonna go over it. That's my list. Let me know who would you like to see. I obviously haven't read the manga or past the Netflix series. So definitely a lot of things I missed out on. I did obviously say most of your sins, but let me know what sin you would rather have, I guess, over Monspee, because I did put him in 5. I think out of everyone, he does look the best, I think. At least unique, right? Because Monspee himself doesn't look too great. But in that form, it looks pretty sick. But yeah, the main thing here, obviously, is them transforming. And they definitely got to do some things to where they, you know, fix it. Because Eren just absolutely does nothing. He can get basically purified, and he can get his buffs removed. So the buffs ain't enough. They got to do some damage, or like, you know, like absolutely just like stun everyone so you get a free turn. They got to make it so you're evading. They got to do some stuff, right, to make it so it's more balanced, right? Because Eren absolutely sucks. But anyway, I guess that's more of the character, though. I think if they made, like, Blue Eren transforming, they gave him, like, the evade one, like how Blue Eren does it, definitely could be a little bit better. I think more or less just what he does, I guess. And his unique for his Titan form is quite rubbish as well. It's immune to ultimate disables. If it was like, oh, it takes, like, 30% extra damage, or, like, you know, something. I guess it kind of depends on the stats, right? Because they do get 2 uniques. And yeah, I think that's why he failed. I think if the unique was a lot better on Titan from Eren, he might have been good. Anyway, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. A bit of a different one to what we usually do, I guess. I definitely do more top 5s in the future. But yeah, now that we do have confirmation of transforming characters, I think Eren was pretty much one of the best ways of doing it. Even though I kind of wish it wasn't, because now he's kind of, I guess, the first transformer character. He kind of just tests the waters. But yeah, hopefully they do get better later on, because the transforming characters should be the best ones, depending on how they work it out. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and peace.